Professor Psyche with another riveting insight into Professor Psyche and As the Psyche Turns. And today we're talking about something from neuroscience and behavior. Specifically today, we're talking about neurotransmitters, at least some of them, and their effects. Researchers have linked abnormal levels of specific neurotransmitters to various physical and behavioral problems. The first of these is acetylcholine. Acetylcholine stimulates muscles to contract and is important in memory, learning, general intellectual functioning. Levels of acetylcholine are severely reduced in people with Alzheimer's disease. Next, we have dopamine. Dopamine is involved in movement, attention, learning, and pleasurable or rewarding sensations. Woohoo! Degeneration of neurons that produce dopamine in one brain area causes Parkinson's disease. Symptoms of Parkinson's disease can be alleviated with a drug called levodopa, which converts to dopamine in the brain. The most famous person in the world with Parkinson's disease is Michael J. Fox. Now, excessive levels of dopamine are sometimes involved in the hallucinations and perceptual distortions that characterize schizophrenia. Some antipsychotic drugs work by blocking dopamine receptors and reducing dopamine activity in the brain. Next, we have serotonin. Now, serotonin is involved in moods, and emotional states, including depression. Antidepressant drugs, such as Prozac, increase the availability of serotonin in certain brain regions and make it much more okie-dokie. Next, we have norepinephrine. Norepinephrine activates neurons throughout the brain, assists in the body's response to danger or threat, and is involved in learning and memory retrieval. Norepinephrine dysfunction is also involved in some mental disorders, especially depression. Next, we have gamma-aminobutyric acid. That's why we call it GABA for short. GABA usually communicates an inhibitory message to other neurons, telling them to chill out and reducing brain activity. Anti-anxiety medications work by increasing GABA activity. And then we have endorphins. Endorphins regulate pain perception. They are released in response to stress or trauma and are associated with the positive mood of the runner's high and the pain-reducing effects of acupuncture. So, remember, my friends, that you really need good running amounts of neurotransmitters. And when you don't, you can have some really serious side effects. That's all for this segment of Professor Psyche and As the Psyche Turns. Have a great life.